Hello, everyone, and welcome to the TechGig podcast. I am Sukrit, your host, and we are here to discuss the career opportunities in AI and the relevant sectors in today's episode. AI and data science are the current industry trends and have now become good paying careers. Artificial intelligence and data science is a great course if you want to create a variety of business solutions. The method of designing and running business models has evolved with large data technology. The research has a significant impact on the production, e-commerce, banking, finance, transport, and healthcare industries, to name a few. To talk about this and much more, I'm here in conversation with Dr. Amit Andre, who is the CEO, Data Tech Lab Inclusive. Welcome to the show, Amit.
Hi, Sukriti. Thank you very much for having me here.
Lovely. I'm very delighted to have you here with me today, Amit, and I'm looking forward to some amazing insights on the career prospects that you're going to share with our audience. So let's get started. So to begin with, what kinds of employment can one acquire with AI, big data, or machine learning?
Wow, fantastic question. When it comes to employment security, I would like to take a step back and then explain when we talk about big data, AI, and machine learning, those all three are certainly a technology oriented roles. Having said that, there are multiple other aspects or KRAs of each role which is defined. And that's why it's very important for everybody to understand that yes, it's a technology driven term and products and the entities. Having said that, it also requires multiple domain expertise to have appropriate solution. So if one has to build it himself on these roles, current market trends or current growth parameters in the industry have forecasted that there would be around 20 million new roles, new openings coming up by 2025 in the domain of artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning, and IoT. And all of these are interdependent with technical profiles as well as domain specific normal graduates also. Everybody today has to look for upskilling them on the recent emerging trends in the verticals to grasp this opportunity. Otherwise, it would be lost.
All right. And tell me, what does AI's future holds in India?
When we speak about AI's future, I would here try to give you a glimpse that our Indian government has taken AI so seriously that they have everybody in the government with different education verticals are working to make India AI capital of the world. The campaigns which have started like AI for India, which in turn helps people not only to get skilled but also certified and employed into this region, is a visionary activity which has been started. India is basically preparing themselves to support the world to not only to work in the national periphery of supporting government, supporting industries like manufacturing, banking, finance, retail, aerospace, research, but also supporting the world in these segments. So opportunities here are enormous, which needs to be worked out with specific learnings and adaptations on the particular domain.
Interesting.
I hope
Uh,
that gives a clarity.
yes, absolutely, Amit. Moving forward, is it better to learn computer science or artificial intelligence?
Hmm. That's a very tricky question, and every student post 12th standard has this question. See, uh, as I said earlier, also, when we talk about artificial intelligence, data science, these technologies or these projects are divided into three important set of profiles, three important set of knowledge segments which are required. One certainly is the computer or technology literacy, but in addition to that, it also requires a statistician or a mathematical mind plus a domain expertise. If any one element of these three is missing, a complete AI team or a data science team cannot function smoothly. So when you plan to go opt for a computer science or an artificial intelligence domain, we need to make sure that our expectations are defined correctly. If you are aim is to work on an AI which could be a strategical interface. Both the segments, computer science and artificial intelligence, will go hand in hand and have equivalent opportunities. Having said that, when you go to the computer science as a field, you will have multiple areas of computer science which are into the existence for last more than 2 decades. Having said that, with AI, there would be limited but multiple opportunities to work into multiple domain. So ultimately, your interest of or from the opportunity perspective, I would say it is more or less equal. But from the industry adaptation perspective, I would say the importance of AI is much more at the moment in the verge of growth for every company. So choice has to be made accordingly.
Okay, so this was about, the consideration between computer science and artificial intelligence from the career perspective, Amit. What is the best way for a person to get started with artificial intelligence if they are choosing AI as their career option?
Okay, so when if you choose AI as a career option, we will have to take into the consideration at least five different verticals of AI, which certainly starts with the fundamentals of writing algorithms and models, which might turn into the logical components, which is important capability. Second would be the infrastructure which would be supporting AI, which is cloud. Cloud is making is becoming a most important segment in days to adopt in the artificial intelligence and the data world. Third important segment will come into the application implementation or the correctiveness of machine learning or training and building machines. And fourth one would be integrating it with the electronics or IoT segments where we have automated sensors, robots, robotics, RPAs coming into the picture. So while we work on all these four aspects, it's very important for us to define what kind of AI job roles you are equipped to take off, and that will define your further career path or activities in different sector which you will adopt for,
Okay,
and that
and you
makes it
tell,
more relevant.
yes, yes, Amit.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, you tell me which are the best countries for artificial intelligence jobs because a lot of people, tend to look for higher paying jobs or profiles or maybe countries, places, locations to actually, actually apply for. So you tell us about the best countries that offer the higher paying job in artificial intelligence.
So for now, if we talk about countries from the research perspective, Asia Pacific, probably Japan, China, Australia are having a lot of scope into the research of in the field of artificial intelligence with respect to domain. In addition to that, United States certainly is not behind. So APAC and USA at the moment are leading in these segments. If you want to integrate your career from with the mechanical or mechanics segments, Germany would be one of the ideal phase where there is a lot of AI being developed into the mechanical scope of the work which is being implemented. And wherever there is a consumer centric approach at ground level, countries like ours is not left behind. We also have tremendous amount of potential and scope both in adopting and implementing AI in different retail and telecom domains as such. So every domain will have different verticals, and what I've tried to given you is domain specific bifurcation of countries which will have opportunities in AI, because AI doesn't fit. AI fits in all the verticals, all the industries. AI is not an industry. AI is good for manufacturing. AI is required for telecom. AI is required for healthcare. AI is required for name an industry, and today artificial intelligence is ready to contribute there. So it is completely industry agnostic, and the country which is leading into a particular domain industry has subsequent or the retail components opportunities in the evolution of artificial intelligence in that particular domain, and that will make sense for every individual to decide their career path and strategize their learning mechanism to grow and explore in that country.
Okay, so that was about the countries and the areas where people can look for AI jobs, Amit. How much can individual earn after acquiring AI skills? Because this is, as you also spoke, one of the leading and trending technologies that people are working on, organizations are adopting. So tell us that how much, what is the salary package or a range that people with AI skills can earn?
See, today, if I talk about India as a market, uh, there is no limit of earning when it comes to AI. Having said that, if I have to fix a bracket for an average engineer or average AI expert, and when I say AI expert, it is not mandatorily an engineer. Please note this. When I say AI expert, it could be a statistician, it could be a economic expert, it could be a BCom, MCom, or a chartered accountant also, because all of these domains are important. It could be a doctor also. So all of these domains are important factors to input the correct data to build an AI. So when we talk about these, as a fresher, if you are entering into any of these components, your package could be as low as 10 lakhs per annum and as high as 5 crores an annum in
All
India.
right, Amit, thank you so much. I think this brings us to the end of our conversation. Thank you so much for sharing these amazing insights and helping our audience understand the scopes of the relevant jobs in AI and other aspects in terms of salary, in terms of location. I think our audience will thoroughly enjoy listening to you, and will definitely make a note of what you have shared with us.
Sounds good, Sukrit. Thank you very much for having me today. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, folks. Thank you for tuning in. It's a wrap from our side. Stay tuned to TechGig for all the latest tech updates.